For a sore low back when you're bending over to pick something up, really learning how to connect with your breath and posture and positioning for your core and pelvic floor is key. Here are two things that you can try. Coming into a staggered stance, you're going to send your hips back, inhale down on the way, pick up what you're going to grab, keep it close, and exhale, come back up. The other option is coming into a squat. You're going to inhale, lower down, grab what you're going to do when bending, exhale, come all the way back up. Yes, when you're first starting out learning 360-degree ribcage breathing for your pelvic floor, you want to practice it consistently. And it takes time and it takes practice, so don't get frustrated with that. When you're having symptoms, that's your cue to, am I holding my breath? Am I breathing into my chest? Let me get back to breathing like a balloon, all different directions into my ribcage. Inhale, the diaphragm goes down, lengthening the pelvic floor. Exhale, it comes back up. And you want to be able to feel the connection with your breath and your pelvic floor. Now, sometimes we have to address other areas first, like our rib cage. Maybe we need to work on our hip mobility, our feet. Maybe it's tight upper abs to better be able to feel that connection. But especially when you're still having symptoms, practicing that 360-degree breathing is key. For rectocele, breathing is where I start all of my clients out with. And it's learning to breathe for your pelvic floor. So breathing out into the rib cage, kind of thinking of expanding like a balloon without putting pressure or force down on the pelvic floor. So that's step number one. Your posture and positioning is something else to look at. And feeling the connection with the breath and the pelvic floor. You have a hard time feeling that. Sometimes we have to address other areas, whether it might be our rib cage, maybe it's our hips, maybe the upper abs are too tight. And after we work on that, then you can better feel that connection. A lot of times it's things we're doing throughout the day that are contributing to the thing. So it's getting to that root cause. So starting with the breathing, and then I'll also link here, I have a video, Yoga for Rectocele, that you can check out for exercises. If you're stuck waiting in line for the bathroom, a couple things you can do to help get you a little bit longer so you can get in there is your breathing. I like to place my hands at the bottom of my rib cage, breathing out the sides, front, and back. Think of lengthening pelvic floor. And I like to do this coupled with heel raises, coming up onto those toes, and then slowly back down. Inhale, lifting up, and back down. There's a big connection between our feet and our pelvic floor. So by activating those muscles, it can help give you a little bit more time until you can get to the bathroom. For exercises for back and hip injuries, it really depends on what's going on, but here is where I like to start. Of course, I'm going to say breathing, of course. But you can come down onto your back and just do some gentle stretching for your hips. I also have a pillow. Love using that to kind of press our hips up. And then we're going to straighten out our right leg. Left leg can stay bent and kind of out at a 45-degree angle. And we're just going to gently rock that leg in and out. Side to side, working on the mobility in your hip. We're lengthening through the right leg and we're coming back to our breath. Inhale, send the breath. Lengthening pelvic floor. And then exhale, just letting it go. Now I have tons of exercise videos. I will link one of them down below for our YouTube channel for spine and hip. These